Hey there guys, welcome to Drafting with Morgan. My name is Morgan and this is an Oath of the Gatewatch battle presented card draft. We are here with a couple of interesting first picks. There is Tyrant of Valakut, which when you search it is very, very good. It's a removal spell on a 5/4 flyer for 5. Pretty good. Got Reckless Bushwhacker, also sweet. Boulder Salvo, very nice. Havoc Sower is interesting. As Kozilek Shrieker, they both make use of colorless mana pretty efficiently, actually. Storm Chaser Mage is cool. I've never played with it, but, you know, Flying Haste Prowess seems pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and take the Tyrant of Valakut. I haven't gotten as many opportunities as I'd like to play with this sweet dragon, but we're definitely going to try and make it work today. Wow. Same print run, or what? I could see taking the Storm Chaser Mage and just going really deep on the Surge deck. There's also a Gravity Negator, which is very good. Havoc Sower and Reckless Bushwhacker are also very good cards. And I'm not sure if passing them is something that I really want to be doing. Storm Chaser Mage does have the benefit of being very small, which is good for searching out Tyrant of Valakut. It's also, I think, blue-red is one of the weaker color combinations. So, that's kind of tough. Havoc Sower is probably the best just general pick. But I could see taking either one of these as well. It might just be the Storm Chaser Mage. I like Havoc Sower better. I think that having access to black removal is good. Speaking of, we got past a third pick, Oblivion Strike, which is a pretty good indicator that the color is open. There's also a Slaughter Drone and Zadis Commando, which are two solid 2-drops. Seer's Lantern is nice with Tyrant of Valakut and Havoc Sower. It can activate Havoc Sower, and you can use it to surge out Tyrant of Valakut pretty easily. Mob Kozilek is unimpressive. Flaying Tendrils is fine in specific matchups, but Oblivion Strike is just certainly the pick. Well, Deceiver of Forms is super sweet. It's very good. It is another 7-drop, but mono 7-drops is one of my favorite archetypes in this format. It's also, it keeps us more open than taking a Scion Summoner or a Saddleback Legak. Scion Summoner is probably the more consistent pick, but I think Deceiver of Form is the more powerful one. Here, I think I take the Baloth Null over the Kozilek Shrieker or the Stalking Drone. Baloth Null is certainly powerful. Let's see. I kind of like picking up Cultivator Drone. There's also a Crumbling Vestige I could see taking. Mind Melter is very good too. Like, I think it's one of these two, because I want a colorless source, and they're both fine. I think we take the Cultivator Drone, as there's been, very little evidence that red is open. Here we've got Sky Scourer, Containment Membrane. Void Grafter is a solid blue-green card. I think we just want this Oath of Jace, though. Like, if we're splashing Baloth Null, that's a great option. Void Grafter is pretty good. But I think we want to take the Oath of Jace. Oh my goodness, these are just migrating. Between Scion Summoner and Slaughter Drone. Which one do I think I'm more likely to play? It might just be Scion Summoner. Slaughter Drone is it's fine. Scion Summoner is nice, though, with Deceiver of Form, because it just makes all your creatures very big. Storm Chaser Mage wield, but so did a Scion Summoner. I'm going to take that one over the Kozilek Shrieker. And here, I think I take the Pulse of Murasa. Like, this seems really good in this deck. There's also Zulaport Chain Mage and an Expedite and an Ancient Crab, but we're just going to take the green card. Here, I'm going to take the Corpse Turn because it's sweet with Baloth Null. Kind of disappointed that the Tyrant didn't work out because I think Havoc Sower was the second best card in that pack. I think I take the Vines of the Recluse. And I'll take a Loam Larva. If I end up getting a Waste, Loam Larva will probably make the cut. As it is right now, these two probably aren't making the cut. Which is too bad. Take that card, put it in the sideboard. Sea Gate Wreckage is pretty sweet. There's also a Vampire Envoy, which is a very good black card. Slaughter Drone, Hedron Crawler. I do like Sea Gate Wreckage. I think it has a pretty high upside. But at this point, I feel like I need more creatures. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Sea Gate Wreckage, though. I like the card, and I kind of want to show you guys what it can do. Wow. So we've got Oblivion Strike, Nissa's Judgment, Embodiment of Insight, and Oath of Nyssa here, as well as a Cosmic Shrieker, a Loam Larva, and a Waste, and a Seer's Lantern. So a lot of good options. I think I just take the Nissa's Judgment. It makes your creatures bigger while removing a creature, which is super nice. Embodiment of Insight is certainly a very good card. So is Oblivion Strike, but we're going to go ahead and take the Nissa's Judgment. Something should wheel from that pack, I'm guessing. Here we've got a foil Warping Wheel, which is worth something in real life. Holdout Settlement. There's a Blinding Drone. We could be back on the blue plan, although I don't think that's happening. Black could certainly be the splash, in which case Blinding Drone would be pretty sweet in this deck. Like, if we... But... like, Tajuru Path Warden's also good. Ruin in their Wake seems fine. It's between Blinding Drone, Path Warden, and Holdout Settlement for me. There's also a Cosmic Shrieker. I think I take Blinding Drone as the most powerful card in that pack. Got a second Nissa's Judgment. There's also a Stalking Drone. And a Wastes, but, you know, Nissa's Judgment, very good. Vampire Envoy's good. I can see taking the Warden of Geometries. There's also a Corrupted Crossroads, which could be reasonable fixing. It might just be the Corrupted Crossroads here. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Corrupted Crossroads. I'm going to go ahead and take a Stalking Drone here. We know we're playing green for sure. Voidcrafter is very good, again. But we're going to go ahead and take the 2-drop. There's a Submerged Boneyard, which is fixing. There's a Cultivator Drone and a Wastes. Wastes again is nice because I can get it with Loam Larva, but I think I just want this Cultivator Drone. It's a low drop, it produces colorless mana, etc. Birthing Hulk is actually a super pickup for us. Granted, it is our second 7-drop, and Lead by Example would also be fine in this deck, but Birthing Hulk is sweet. I really like it. I want to play with it. Let's see. We got another Slaughter Drone, which I could see taking. It's also a Gravity Negator. The choice here is between a 2-drop, which I'd be playing over Blinding Drone, or Gravity Negator, which I could be playing alongside it, and I think it's just the Gravity Negator, because I can pick up more green 2-drops in battle. Wow. I like Seer's Lantern quite a bit, actually. Loam Larva and Oath of NIssa are both reasonable too. I actually think it's the Seer's Lantern. First of all, we have a couple of big guys that we want to get to, and our top end is really good, so having Seer's Lantern available to help us scry into that is pretty optimal. Alright, so there's a lead by example here, a Rune in their wake, which we may or may not be using, Warping Well, and Kozilek's Pathfinder, which are just a little bit out of our range, I think. I think I just want the lead by example. Having a combat trick, I think, is more valuable than potentially rampant growth, which it's not looking like it would be. I'll put another pulse in the sideboard, I guess. Put Timbergorge in the sideboard in case I open Omnath? Yeah. I don't know what would make me want to play this Timbergorge, but it's an option. Natural state, sure. Alright! Deck looks pretty sweet so far. I mean, this is the kind of deck that I was really looking forward to drafting when Oath of the Gatewatch first came out, and it seems pretty sweet. Hoo mama. Alright, well, there's a Grip of Desolation, which is actually kind of difficult for us to play in this deck. There's an Eldrazi Sky Spawner in this pack. There's a Ruin Processor. Grip of Desolation probably is worth trying to splash, but yeah. We've got it. This Ulamog is the dream. Ulamog is 10 mana, win the game most of the time. So, worth taking, in my opinion. Here, I'm pretty easily just going to take this Blighted Cataract. Mindraker isn't really worth the splash. Anticipate is fine, but Blighted Cataract is a colorless source that can draw me cards. Well, no. I don't think I take the Void Winnower. Ulamog has the upside of also being, a reasonable value card, whereas Void Winnower does not. However, my other option is Call the Scions. I'm definitely not playing this Brilliant Spectrum. I'm not really interested in splashing either of these cards. So, what? Well, pretty interested in this Lifespring Druid, I think. Giant Mantis also an option. Lifespring Druid has the upside of, helping splash cards and so forth. Transgressive Mind is pretty good. I don't think I take it. I think I just want this Coral Helm Guide, actually. Because, in a deck like this, 2-drops are kind of important. I'm pretty excited about this Eyeless Watcher. It's a sweet pickup. I'm probably cutting the Havoc Sower. Probably also cutting this Void Winnower. Having just things that produce mana is pretty good. In this deck particularly. Probably cutting this, well, no. Lead by example is fine. Vines is suspect. Call the Scions is fine. Wow. Brood Butcher is pretty sweet, I think. Yeah, I'll take it. Probably play it over this Call the Scions. Brood Butcher's nice because we already have the way to splash it. 2 ways. Loam Larva 2. We need another cut. Might just be this Coral Helm Guide, or this Lead by Example, actually. Lead by Example is probably less exciting in this deck. Oracle of Dust is kind of nice as a sideboard card against the more aggressive decks. There's also Brood Hunter Worm, which has a similar effect, but is not as good at it. I'm gonna go ahead and take Royal Mage's Trick. I think it's kind of necessary. We're going to take a second Call the Scions, which kind of interested in playing, actually. And given how many colorless things we have. I'll take a Giant Mantis for the sideboard. I could consider Plummet is fine. Cutting blue. But then I miss out on, like, some solid colorless sources. So we're looking at probably cutting Coral Home Guide. Probably cutting this Call the Scions. And that would put me at 25 again. Yeah, that seems right. Having 2-drops is nice in this deck, but I don't think it's something that we can really do a lot of. So we got 1, 2, 3 black sources. We need maybe one more for the Baloth Null. Cut that, add that. Yeah, let's do this. We're just mono rares. We could play this if we wanted. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Alright, so we'll see how this deck works out. It's got a pretty low, like, small amount of low end, but the top end seems really sweet. So we're gonna give it a shot. I'll see you guys in round 1. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Drafting with Morgan. Make sure to click on the playlist link to watch the full draft, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It was a pleasure drafting with you, and I hope to see you in the next video.